Hi, I'm Michael Rutherford, and welcome to So Quick. I'm the owner and developer of Boot Camp Fitness here in Kansas City, and I have a master's degree in exercise physiology. I've been a coach for over 20 years, and I've worked with athletes from youth, high school, collegiate, Olympic, and international competitors. And if there's one aspect of their conditioning that they look to improve on, it's their quickness. I know a lot of athletes that are very fast for 40 yards, and I know a lot of athletes with mediocre speed for 40 yards, but it's those explosive and quick athletes that seem to prolong their careers and reach their goals quicker. We're going to talk about some of that today and some of the drills that you can incorporate into your training regime to enhance your quickness. But initially here, let's define what quickness entails. I'll give you a definition of quickness. Quickness is reacting to a stimulus with speed. All right? It's done by taking place rapidly. It's also marked by speed, readiness, promptness of physical movement, and it's moving swiftly, occurring in a short time period, or responding to or understanding something rapidly. Okay, quickness. This is important. Success of an athlete most of the time relies heavily upon his ability or her ability to react to that stimulus. This is a sensory stimulus. It's a sight or a sound. Balance and pressure are also, from an external environment, are also considered. Improving quickness has major implications for the enhancement of speed, acceleration, and reaction time. Okay, this is a big one, the key. The faster one can teach the brain the movement pattern required, the faster one can concentrate on improving quickness, which that movement is performed, especially for new skills. Here's a secret. You want to perform successful repetitions of these techniques correctly as the movement pattern as fast as possible. Find out what the movement pattern is and then duplicate it as fast as possible under different conditions to improve your quickness. All right, we want to start with a general warm-up, and I've got Lee Wilkins back today to help me with the charger warm-up, and he'll step right out here on the mat for me. Now, I got this warm-up routine from my friend David Redding with the San Diego Chargers, and I like this a lot for quickness because you're moving rapidly from one activity to the next, so it works out nicely in a quickness training environment. So the first thing he's going to do right here is follow a pyramid, starting with 5 repetitions, moving from different exercises. As he goes along here, we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're not going to wear the guy out today. We're going to do the first 2 sets, just so you'll get an idea of where we're going. So the first one is a shuffle, a split shuffle or a split jump. So he's just going to move his feet backwards and forwards for 5 repetitions. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now he'll go to squat thrust for 5 repetitions. Down and kicking his feet back, return to the starting position. He's moving quickly. I think that's 5, all right, and now we'll go to 5 push-ups. 5 quick push-ups. All right, we'll jump him on his back here. Bent knee sit-ups for 5. And then finish with 5 Superman. This is going to work the spinal erectors, the posterior chain. And then back right again to the split jump for 4 repetitions. Goes to the squat thrust for 4. If you're a coach, if you're in a coaching environment, you can also use this with your athletes by just calling out the exercise and asking them to perform the repetition or rep as quickly as possible and return to the starting position. There he is into the push-ups. A little crunch action, and finish with some Superman. Great job. Now again, 5 reps, 4 reps, 3 reps, 2 and 1 in a descending pyramid like that. It's an excellent warm-up. Enhances some of those quickness things that we're working on in terms of change of body posture, moving rapidly. You can also use that same series of exercises at the end of training for general physical preparation and run them for a specific period of time, say 30 seconds, all the way up to a minute, and move quickly that way and repeating with no rest. A great general physical preparation tool as well. One of my favorite tools for developing quickness and reaction is the agility ladder. They're available from a number of different sources. There's literally 50 different variations off of this, where you can change the environment by putting it on a hill, going uphill, or put it on a decline for overspeed and acceleration, different surfaces. You can load the athlete up with some resistance in the forms of a weight vest, and you can also use some bands. But I want to show you a couple of really easy ones here. The first one I want to have Lee work on is 1 foot in each rung. 1 foot in each rung, and we're going to go slow here because we want to do it first. We want to do it correctly, and then secondly, we want to do it with speed. Nice job on that one. That's a really nice exercise. The cue for the athlete, the cue for you is, I'm walking on hot coals. I want to get my feet off the ground as quickly as possible. Okay, now we'll put both feet in each rung of the ladder. Again, first we want to do it correctly, and then we want to do it with some speed and quickness. What we're doing, we're working on eye and foot coordination. We are telling the feet, we're making that connection, that neural connection. We're telling the feet where to go. All right, we're teaching and we're learning new things. All right, next we'll move to a jumping jack or a side straddle hop through the ladder. Well, both feet will be in the rung and we'll step outside of it as we jumping jack through each one. I'll get up here for this first one because this is one of my favorites and I'd hate to share it with people. So we'll jump outside and in each rung as we have that cue. We're walking on hot coals. Okay, the feet are on hot coals. Quickly on and off of the surface as quickly as possible. We got quick feet. Now, remember part of our quickness definition in an athletic environment is reacting to a sensory stimulus. That could be sight or sound. Sometimes there's pressure in that environment. If you're a wrestler, knowing where your opponent is. If you're a receiver, running a pass route, knowing where the defender is based on the pressure he's placing on you, or even an offensive lineman, knowing where that pressure is too. So I want to demonstrate here on that side straddle again. On my clap, I'm going to have him stop and go backwards. Okay, so go. Now he's reacting to that stimulus and changing direction. Good job, Lee. Okay, that's just an example of how to incorporate some other variations into the agility ladder. We'll move now to the buzzsaw, where we want to put the lead foot into the rung first, and then follow it with the trail leg, and then step back out in the same sequence. So the lead leg goes in. All right. Lead leg goes in first. Now he's got the lead leg going in. That's the buzzsaw. A great exercise. Okay, slalom ski, his feet on the outside of the rung, hopping as you're going through a ski gate off the balls of the feet. This isn't easy stuff, but learning to tell your feet where to go is going to enhance your quickness. Burning that pathway. Good. Again, you can incorporate whistles, lights, hand claps, different things, excuse me, to work on those sensory reactions. High knee, lateral running, going through laterally. We're right here. I like this one a lot. It's real easy to work on change of direction, quickness based on a hand clap or on a light bulb. Okay, and then finally, the karaoke. A karaoke through it. It's not as easy as it sounds. And that's the karaoke. We've already talked about going forward and backwards with some stimulus. But the ladder really is one of my favorite tools. All right? So you should invest in something like this. And there's some multiple options out there on the market. About 50 different exercises and variations. Take it out and put it up, lean it up a hill, have it on a decline area. You can overload the athlete. Excuse me while I put a little band here of resistance on Lee for a forward run, and you can see what I'm talking about. We're using that portable jumper again as he does 1 foot in each rung. And you can see I'm giving him some resistance here as he goes through. That was a little bit too much overload to start with, but you get the idea. All right, we're going to move the ladder out of the way now. And we'll move in to another great quickness tool. And these are only a sampling of things to do with medicine balls. We have an entire medicine ball tape that you'll want to invest in. It's on the Tidal website. It's medicine balls. It's old school power. Get power with a medicine ball. And one of mine is the squat press, and chase. So we work on squatting down with the ball here, and I'm going to explode up, thrust the ball as far as I can forward, and I want to get right on a dead sprint quickly to the ball. And this ball will be very challenging because it's a leather ball, it's a harder ball, it's not really designed to rebound, so I'll be on a chase to get that ball before it bounces and stops rolling. So the squat press, you can go off of a sound. Here's a sound. Go! Squat press, and then he's going to chase to the ball and get to it. We really want to, if we're outside, we'd really have Lee on a dead sprint, really thrusting, exploding, actually leaving the ground as he extends full body and throwing that. We've got the old catapult throw that we worked on, where we want to thrust the ball over our head, again, up, and then we're going to turn and chase the ball and get to it before it comes to a stop. So the catapult, an old Highland Games type of throw, where he's going to chase and run, get the ball. That's good. I got in your way. I'll have you do that catapult. That was a good one there. The old Highland games, he's going to catapult it and run to that ball before it stops. That was a great job right there. That he just used that first step explosiveness, first step quickness to get to it. We also have the toss here. We can scoop it and thrust forward and run after it. You can do the wall chest pass. We don't have a wall to bounce it against right now. If you use a variety of medicine ball that bounces, you can bounce the ball rapidly. I'll try to be the wall here for Lee as he bounces it and catches it real quickly here. And Lee can move it up and down the wall, again, to work in different areas. You can do one-handed bounces and dribble it off the wall on each side with a ball like that, with a rubber ball that has some basketball type of properties to it. Another one of my favorites is to thrust the ball forward. You can use a different kind of throw. You can do an overhead throw, you can do a chest pass, you can do a one-arm thrust, and then hit the ground for a push-up and chase the ball. So what we've incorporated here is some quickness. We're working on some lateral speed techniques too, because we're coming from a scramble up position from that push-up. Here we go. He's going to throw, drop into a push-up as he scrambles up for the ball. There's a different kind of throw, and he scrambles up for the ball. You can see he's working really hard there in this little confined area. But that's a great drill because it's incorporating so many different things that'll enhance your athleticism. And then I can give him a clue. I'm going to throw him a ball. I think this rubber ball will be a little bit easier for us. And I can tell him where I want him to pat this ball, okay? So he has to listen to my command. As I throw in the ball, then he's going to use his hands. He's going to either pat right or he's going to pat the ball left. Okay? So I'm going to throw it at his hands right there. Right, left, right, left. You can see how he's challenged. He's challenged because he has to react quickly with his hands. Right, left, right, left. Good. You can see how that comes into play there. A great drill. All right, we'll move to a little variation off of that here with a triangle that I'm going to build. I've got a blue ball, I've got a yellow ball, I've got a black ball. All right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn Lee backwards to this triangle that I've just built. Let's come right over here. And when I clap my hands, he's going to turn and face the triangle, and he's going to touch the top of the ball based upon the color that I yell out. Okay, so he's going to sprint to that ball and touch it, and we're going to touch all three balls based upon an order that I randomly select. Okay? Black, blue, yellow. And then he exits. Good. We'll do that one more time. Blue, yellow, black, and then exit. Nice. You can use cones. You can use different surfaces. I like to do this in sand. Run on the sand in your bare feet. Work on that kinesthetics awareness, changing in a variety of surface. I know a lot of athletes that have rehabilitated feet and ankle injuries by working on this type of drill in the sand and change of direction. One of my favorites is the triangle color drill. The other one we'll do here, and I'm just going to keep these two balls out here, is to get a shuffle change of direction drill going. So we'll have the athlete in a shuffle to the right based on the hand clap, changing direction. I'll stand behind him so he can't see it. And then I'll show you a variation on it. Time. Good job, Lee. Okay, a little variation on that. We've used sound. Now we'll use sight. and he'll go strictly off of my fingers. Go. He has to react and stay in that defensive position. Nice work. A very nice job. Shuffle drill, another one of my favorite. We can also do a back pedal out of that, which we'll skip today. And we can do a 4-cone shuffle where we can set up 4 different corners to shuffle forward and back. And then another one here, and I'm going to borrow some of my favorite title gear off of this table. And trust me, I don't know how to use this, but I'm going to put it on today just because it's here. And I'll try not to hurt anybody with it. Mostly myself, right? Right. Is there a thumb hole in this? All right. I got Lee here, and what he's going to do is he's going to have to duck. All I'm going to have him do is duck as I swing for his head. That's right. So he's got to know where I'm coming from. He's going to duck and react to me swinging at his head. All right? So we're working on his ducking, just quick movements, using his eyes, using that visual. Good job. You don't really even need these gloves, but I really liked wearing them today, so that's why I had to put them on. And then one of my favorites for basketball athletes, and they do it all the time and don't even know it, is the mirror defend drill. I use this on really young athletes, and I also use it on more experienced athletes, all the way up to professional athletes in football. And this is just a mirror defend drill. I was actually using that this morning with a group of linemen. And all I'm going to have Lee do is get inside of this cone right here with his hand behind his back. And he's going to shuffle his feet and not use his arms, and watch my hips as I try to make penetration in between these cones. All right, so here we go. He's going to shuffle. I'm going to give him a little swim move, a little spin. I'm trying to get in there. He won't let me get in there. You can see what he's working hard. Watching my hips. Good. That mirror defend drill is one of my favorites. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. Take a couple of towels out, throw them down on the driveway, in the grass. Get somebody down low. Make sure they're down there low in an athletic stance. That means the knees are bent, the back is flat, the hips are flexed as the eyes are up, watching the hips. Able to watch the hips the entire time. We talked about some overload techniques a little bit earlier. Any of these drills, you can overload with some stretch cords. Probably my favorite tool right now is the weight vest. Excellent for any of the things that we're doing right now, and you don't need a lot of weight. Don't buy some 50, 100-pound weight vest and put it on. You don't need to use any more than 10% of your body weight ever. You want to be able to duplicate the sport activity, and these have been very general, but you want to be able to duplicate sport activities without a major variation in the technique. If you change your technique, if you change the mechanics, you're defeating the purpose. So look at Title Boxing for some weight vest options. That's an outstanding tool to add to your Quickness program. All right, let's look at some program considerations here for Quickness training. A little bit of this stuff goes a long way. Remember, you need to practice your skills. Don't really overdo these. Start out with 30 seconds of each, maybe about 20 minutes total. That's all it really takes. You'll really enhance your quickness. Twice weekly, that's enough. A Monday, Thursday, a Tuesday, Friday, something along those lines. Do all of these quickness drills prior to your strength training or your resistance work. You want your body to be fresh. If you've pre-fatigued it in the weight room, it may not be the ideal condition for you. Never do these quickness drills on consecutive days. All right? Make sure you're rested, you're fresh, and you're ready to go, and you're excited. Think speed when you do these. Whenever you can, try to duplicate those sport-specific conditions. We looked at a lot of general things here that can apply to a number of different sports, but there are sport-specific ways to look at improving the quickness. So look at your sport activity, look at the skills that you need to enhance for your sport, and duplicate those as much as possible, whether reacting to a ball, reacting to another opponent. Try to duplicate those whenever you can. And again, finally, look at those overload modalities of the weight vest and the stretch cords as you go through your training. Quickness is really important. It's probably more important than any other component. If you follow some of these drills on this tape, you will be quicker. You'll have that first step explosiveness, and you'll win more games and win more contests. I hope you've enjoyed the program today. I've enjoyed talking to you about it. Live strong. Look for more of these Title Boxing videotapes at TitleBoxing.com. Thanks for helping out today, Lee.
Thank you.
Title Boxing's got you covered with 16 action-packed videos to get you in the best condition of your life. Boxing and conditioning experts Danny Campbell, Michael Rutherford, Jeff Finnick, and Russ Anber put you through the paces to show you everything you need to know to improve your speed, strength, agility, and stamina. How to wrap hands, hitting the heavy bag, medicine ball, obtaining the edge of speed, interval training, punching at angles, advanced techniques, explosive speed and power, mastering the basics, punchmit secrets, getting bigger and stronger, dynamic speed and thrust, counter punching, working the corner, defensive skills and drills, body punching, and more. Get only the ones you want, or get maximum impact with the entire series. Get the secrets of over 80 years of combined boxing and physical training experience in one action-packed video series. Where do you get it? Exclusively at TitleBoxing.com. TitleBoxing.com. If we don't have it, you don't need it.